Hey guys, welcome back to the next part of our series. Today we're going to continue with the alien details. So let's go. Now, unfortunately, while I was doing the last part, the ZBrush crashed after I finished the video, and we lost a lot of the detail that we have already did, like the tertiary detail that we had. But worry not, I'm gonna rescue a little bit of that detail, and if not, we can just like keep moving here with the general process. At least you guys have that information there on the video, so that detail will be there in infinity living where I can't reach to it. So quick thing, ZBrush is very like memory intensive. So if you start running low on memory, you might get a couple of warnings here and there because it tries to save onto like Scratch file. It by default is your main drive. So if your main drive is like really cluttered, you might be getting those like weird crashes, which I of course do not recommend. Now for the detail, I don't think I really want to go like super intense here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my standard brush, I'm going to grab my drag rect, and I'm going to use a little bit of leather. So I'm going to go here to my alphas, and I'm going to use like this leathery skin here, or this leathery skin over here, which to me it kind of looks like tree bark. So if we can add a couple of these things like here and there, I think we'll have like a nice detail. I'm definitely gonna decrease this. Let's give it one more subdivision level so that the detail is a little bit nicer. There we go. So see, like on certain things like this main like neck that we have right here, I think adding a couple of these lines would really push and sell the fact that this is supposed to be like a hard surface, right? Like a hard element. So yeah, just have fun with how we're presenting or doing all of these things, and you're gonna get a nice result over here. Now the cool thing about details, and even though we lost a little bit of our detail, is that at any point I can just like go back to like another subdivision level and work with that, right? So it doesn't mean that we lost everything, because again we can very easily return. Here I'm gonna decrease the intensity even more, because I do want to have like some like lines here and there to again indicate that this material is gonna be a little bit like stronger, even though it's not like adding a lot of detail to the whole thing. We're keeping it really minimalistic, which I kind of like. I normally don't do this sort of characters, but I felt inspired for you guys, so let's keep going here. I'm gonna go back to my clay buildup here, make this a round brush, and since we lost a little bit of the detail, I want to kind of like get it back. I really like using the clay buildup because it gives you this sort of like sketch vibe, and it sometimes adds like a little bit of texture to the whole thing. So that's why I really like using it. And here's where again we can start adding like small little like details. You know how trees sometimes have like these holes and lines going into them. We can definitely go there. Theming standard is also going to be like an important aspect of the whole thing, like for main wrinkles and stuff. Like see how it kind of gets like this sort of like effect there. So theming standard can really allow me to build up and to really carve in and separate the different sections of our character. Again, I'm already thinking about like the final composition, which should be something like this, like trying to find something interesting here. I'm gonna use a little bit more theming standard to add more detail. Did I remove symmetry? It looks like I did. There we go. So yeah, this is pretty much what I would recommend. Like, ooh, I like that wrinkle. I'm gonna add a little bit of form here instead of the head, just again add a little bit of details. Not everything has to be like super detailed. We can have rest areas. We've talked about those ones before. And yeah, this is looking cool. So let's just keep adding a little bit more texture here. For instance, to this like sort of like breastplate, I want to add like a couple of lines here and then just smooth them out again, just to have something. We had the crystal here, remember? We saw like a crystal shape here that we can later on use to add like a nice little color there. What else? What else do we miss? I think that's pretty much it. Like I was able to recover most of it. Like there was a nice little detail that we were like building up here that we should recover. Kind of like again like a tree bark, like something that was cut or something. I think that could really benefit from a little bit of detail. I lost the thing that we had on the back here. I'm really sad about that one, because that one I really like how it was looking. But well, we got something here that's it's gonna work as well. So yeah, I mean this is looking fine. I really like it, and we can keep pushing this and with details and stuff. I think I want to give it like sort of like even flowers have this sort of like leathery skin. So I'm gonna go BST. I'm gonna change this to spray, and I'm gonna give it like a very subtle like texture only on this area, like only on the soft area here, because I think that's the area that we're gonna have this sort of like flowery effect. You can transition a little bit into other areas, but I want to be a little bit more prominent there. Of course, here on the neck, and any areas where I can see like a little bit of skin, I would expect to see this sort of like leathery skin. Let's go back to drag rect, and I think we can add like a couple lines here to the chest. Again, kind of like following the shape that we have there, and yeah, that's it. I don't want to go like too much into details here. I mean, we can, like I was thinking maybe like small little like spheres here and there. As I mentioned, like we can spend so much time on this sort of like projects. There's really no limit on how much you can polish a character. Right now I'm just trying to show you the whole process from start to finish, and we need to get to the point where we do a little bit of compositing, right? Like rendering and compositing. So that one's gonna be fun. There we go. So I don't like those little dots. However, if you see those little dots, that means that you're probably gonna see them somewhere else. Like in nature, usually doesn't just do it on one side and that's it. So we need to decide where, maybe like a little bit of texture here and kind of like fading out to like smaller and smaller dots. I think that kind of looks interesting. And again, once we have our final composition, we're gonna get something cool there. I'm gonna emphasize the device up a little bit more, so something like that. And yeah, there we go. I'm gonna leave it like here, like this, guys. So in the next video, we're gonna jump into Polypaint. And again, don't take my advice in this particular scenario. Like if you want to keep pushing your alien more and more and more and more, go for it. Like go crazy and create amazing stuff. Don't think that just because it took me like 6-7 minutes in this small video to show you how to add details, that's the exact amount that you should take. Normally, when I'm working on characters, as I mentioned, it can take days, weeks, even months, depending on how complex the character is and how much budget the project has, of course. So yeah, just keep pushing, keep moving along, and I'll see you back on the next one. Bye bye.